Today we're talking about incrementalism and the power of microdosing your life.
I really like this. Okay, so we have on our podcast for quite a long time talked about this repeatedly, incrementally. We're going to do it again here in this video in more detail.
But we're doing it slightly differently because microdosing is a bit different. The two work very nicely together,
I think they really do. So the idea being incrementalism is breaking things into little chunks, and microdosing is about doing little pieces of something. So they nicely fit together. So if you microdose, you make progress over time. And if you incrementalize, is that even a word?
Yes.
If you break things into small chunks, they seem less emotionally taxing.
Right. Now, let's look at an example here. I've said many times I've taken up, and my wife and I have taken up learning piano this year. Never played piano in our lives. Got a Yamaha grand piano now, and we've been taking piano lessons since February. Now, if I looked at the piano book that we had to work from, an adult guide to piano, I go, oh, crap, this is going to be impossible.
Yeah.
But the incrementalism of practicing even just 20 minutes a day most of the time, I'm playing Christmas carols and stuff now without looking at the sheet music. So that little bit of change over time, that's what incrementalism is. Do a little bit every day, keep the chain intact, and over time you can make immense changes in your life.
Yeah, the chain intact, that comes from an expression we
Seinfeld.
used. Was it him that said
Jerry
maintain
Seinfeld.
the chain? Or did we make up that phrase?
You might have made up the phrase, but he gave us the concept.
I thought, it comes from Seinfeld talking about the idea of, well, how do you get good at comedy? And he said, well, you write jokes every day. Many of them will suck. That's fine. You throw them away. But every single day you're writing just something.
Yeah.
Even if it's just 2 or 3 minutes, even if it's just a single joke, you're writing it down. And so we came up with the idea that this is I think it was us, maintain the chain. It just
every
sounds
day.
good. So
put another link on.
Yeah, just adding a link, and over time you get a long chain. Okay, great.
And the long chain means you're getting better at whatever it was.
Now, when you said about the piano book, I love this because here's the thing, we learn by association, right? So when Mike starts talking about, I open this beginner's guide to piano for adults or something like that.
Yeah, that's a thick book.
It made me think of course, being an engineer, I start thinking about learning mathematics in school. And you start with things like addition and subtraction and basic concepts. Have you ever, at the beginning of a school year, back when you were in high school or something, got your math textbook for the year? And, you open to the first chapter and you go, okay, yeah, that's because it's not too unfamiliar. It's probably just building on what you did last year.
Sure.
But then you flip to the later chapters and go, whoa.
All Greek to me. What the hell are they talking about?
I've had that happen so many times where I look and go, and I'm intimidated all of a sudden, like, whoa. Because I don't know anything yet of that material.
You've got no base information.
I can't imagine ever knowing it. But guess what? Week by week, the teacher teaches you a thing. You do a test on the thing. You learn the next little thing.
And over time.
And the chain links get attached. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the year, you go, oh, yeah. That makes total sense.
Not only do I know this, I could teach it now. Yeah.
Well, that's incrementalism. So
a little at a time. But the old joke is this, the old adage is, how do you eat an elephant? Oh, a big elephant. One bite at a time, a teaspoonful at a time.
Right.
You can, in theory, eat an entire elephant. Not the most pleasant thing for you or the elephant, but it's entirely possible.
Yeah.
So,
now, this also really nicely ties into habit creation. And in another video, we had talked about James Clear's book, Atomic Habits.
Oh, yeah.
And the idea of habit stacking and things like this. So if you want to start a new habit, attach it to something you're already doing, and you're more likely to have it stick over time. But the idea also that if it's easier to incrementally begin doing a new habit, then it'll be easier to do it. Incrementalism, right? So, or the microdosing. Like if you can do it, if you're practicing, let's say, using self-hypnosis in your life, it's going to be rather difficult, let's say, to carve out 1 hour a day to do trance work. Who's got an extra hour a day? I don't know too many people. Everyone these days says, oh, I'm too busy. I don't have time, et cetera, et cetera. I almost said blah, blah, blah. But
I'm glad you didn't.
I stopped myself.
I
don't have time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It sounds better than blah, blah, blah.
No.
We make excuses. And it's kind of true. Like, who has just an extra hour a day? We'd have to remove
the
an
yoga
hour.
thing, right?
Right. This is where it comes in. So a friend of mine made a point. He said, yoga is kind of a hard habit for people to start because you got to go take in a 1 hour class. So imagine you're driving to some yoga studio.
Right.
I suppose you could do it at home on video or something. But the classes, even if you're doing it on Apple Fitness or whatever, it's probably a 1 hour class or something like that.
40 minutes or something.
So if you're trying and failing to start a new habit that takes an hour right from the get-go, that's difficult. Whereas the opposite of that, let's say, well, I'm going to simply do 20 push-ups or however many I can do. Because how long does it take to do 20 push-ups, assuming you can do that many? If you're just starting working out, you probably can't do 20 anyway, which makes it even easier because I'm just going to do 3 push-ups,
Yeah.
1 push-up.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold a push-up position for 10 seconds until I collapse to the ground. That's easy. That's just a microdose.
Now, let's differentiate between them. I think this is interesting. So incrementalism maintains the chain by doing a little bit every freaking day that you can. And I said with piano, it's been mind-blowing for me.
Microdosing is the little bit, right? Incrementalism is breaking into a smaller chunk. But I don't know.
Well, here's the clarification. I read a nice article on this, and the idea is recent discoveries have shown people, I got to get in shape, but I can't do too much. It said doing something for 30 seconds actually makes a difference. So you're in the kitchen waiting for your coffee to brew, go over to the countertop and do as many push-ups as you can, just leaning there. Or it said a 5-minute power walk fast actually has a benefit.
Oh, for sure.
So it's finding those moments when you can microdose something positive. This isn't the maintaining the chain so much.
Yes.
But what can I do in the next 2 minutes that will benefit my health or my brain? You know, I'll often, if I'm in a bank lineup, I have on my phone, it's a word app that, tests your knowledge of vocabulary, and I'll build my vocabulary. If I pass the ridiculously stellar level it already is, by simply just doing this while I'm in line, I'm microdosing, building my brain for 5 minutes.
Exactly. While you're already doing a thing, it's kind of habit stacking in a way here, right? Well, I already wait in line.
Right.
I'm going to add to that opening up the Duolingo app to learn this new language or whatever you're talking about. Randomly picking a new word from a dictionary or something like that. So let's go through a few examples that we can share, and then we challenge you, come up with a couple, even if it's just one. That's a micro dose. That's an incrementalism. Come up with one thing that you can do.
Right. Now, here's the one that jumps to mind with me right away. I don't like doing housework. My wife does it. We have a cleaning lady comes in every now and then with her daughter, and they do a great job. But I don't like doing it. But I know she needs me to do stuff. I know she needs me to keep the place clean and just sort of do my part. So now I've started microdosing that. I'll go in the kitchen. I'll see there's 5 cups in the sink, some spoons. I'll just wash them by hand or rinse them and throw them in the dishwasher.
Right.
So I'm tidying as I go, like when you're cooking and you're cleaning as you go.
Yeah.
That just microdosing, putting things right again, getting rid of chaos.
If you think about power language, the word just minimizes things, right? It's just wiping off the counter.
That's all it is.
So this is what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
How can you break something down or microdose a little bit? It's just putting away that laundry that's folded over there.
It's just 10 minutes of reading.
It's just 15 push-ups. It's
just putting on my gym clothes.
Actually 10 minutes of reading, I wrote down here 10 pages of reading. I would think like, I want to read this book. Oh, it's really thick and I'm a slow reader. There's a really empowering belief. I am factually, I am a slower reader. And in my mind, I would frame it like, I need to get this done.
Oh, that's terrible.
So I can finish it. No, I should actually reframe it as enjoying the process, which I did. So now I'm just going to open the book and read a few pages. And I don't care how fast I'm going to do it. I'm going to enjoy it, just like I would enjoy watching a movie or something like that, right?
Right.
So I'm going to enjoy the process of reading until I don't enjoy it anymore. I'll just read for a few minutes.
And I'll stop whenever I want. That keeps you free. And the other thing is, say somebody wants to change their eating. They don't have to revamp everything right away. They can say, I'll just start with a salad first. So you're getting a nice big green leafy salad first. You're going to deal with the vegetable need, and you're not going to be as hungry for the other stuff.
You know what you can do on top of that too is you can say, let's say you finish your plate and you're still finding yourself hungry.
Yeah.
And normally you'd go grab another helping. I'll just wait 5 minutes. See what happens, because you're not cutting yourself off from the possibility of having more.
Right.
I'm just going to wait incrementally a little bit.
And it does work. I mean, I remember reading how Alcoholics Anonymous handles drinking, and they tell people, just put off that first drink. Keep putting it off. And they say it can be so bad if people are really addicted to alcohol that they can only put it off 5 minutes. And they say, just keep putting it off 5 minutes.
Easy,
and then the urge
right.
goes away.
Yeah.
So anything, you can put it off for a few minutes. You can do the minimum, the bare minimum. You can build in building a long chain in your life with tiny bits of change every day.
Yep.
And the overall effect is amazing because you'll never feel overwhelmed, and you'll look back over the months and years and realize you have radically transformed your life.
That is a really good place to end this video. So use this and tell us what you're planning or have done with it. And we'd love to hear back from you.
Yes.
So with that, we will say, see you next video. Thanks once again.
And good night.